Urban Therapy with Sunsun 752, and this your daily go getimism number 868. 866 for February 15, 2017. I'm going to get it together pretty soon, sooner or later. Tonight I want to talk to y'all about when you bring things on yourself. First of all, I want to start off by saying that we all make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. And mistakes are okay. The things that you do on purpose are the things that aren't okay. And even mistakes aren't okay when you don't want to acknowledge your role in the mistake. I mean, you can get so much done and you can ward off so many bad vibes and problems by just saying you're sorry for things, by just acknowledging your role in whatever happened, and taking responsibility for what you've done. But what happens? Many of us don't want to take responsibility for anything that we've done. We don't even want to admit our role in things that we've done. A lot of times we'll point the finger at somebody else as being the real culprit or the reason that we did what we did. And it gets us nowhere. That's the real problem. It gets us nowhere. It does nothing but create more bad blood and have people fighting and getting into all kinds of craziness when that could easily be avoided. And it's something that we really should avoid. You know, like I said, when you mess up, when you make a mistake or whatever, you know, just admit your role. And you know what happens a lot of times? A lot of times people make the same mistakes over and over and over. Now you would think that if you make the same mistakes over and over and over, that it's not really a mistake anymore. It's really your method of doing things, and sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. In other words, sometimes you get lucky and get away with the shit, and other times you get caught. You know, so you're pretty sloppy with yours. That's what you would think happens when somebody makes the same mistakes over and over and over. But what happens actually is that sometimes when people are doing something wrong because they are hard-headed and they haven't really listened to the right way to do things, they will continually search for the right way to do it. They think that where I keep messing up is I keep not doing things right at this part and this part. So if I just do things right at this part, then I'll have everything right. And that's just not the case. That's just not the case. You know, when you take stock and pride in the things that you do, especially when people have been advising you. And a lot of times we're hard-headed to the point where we don't want to listen to the voice of reason. We don't want to listen to what anybody has to say. And those are the times when when we wind up biting the bullet worse than any time before. Worse than ever before. Because we just don't want to listen. You know, we want to do things our way. That's what we say when we're teenagers. And some of us never grow out of that rebellious stage. So we may have people that are trying to help us out, trying to advise us, trying to keep us from banging our heads, trying to keep us from falling, trying to keep us from making really, really costly long-term mistakes. But do we listen to what they have to say? Sometimes yes, most of the times no. Well, when you're talking about somebody who doesn't like to take responsibility for what they've done, most of the times the answer is no. They don't listen. They don't listen to reason. They want to be know-it-alls. They want to think that they know everything. And you run into a lot of problems when you're that way. So it's an even sadder state of affairs when somebody has already put you on to how to do things right and how to get to where you want to be, but you're still going to try to do things your way because you don't really want to give anybody else credit for helping you out or being success or making you into a success. However, you'll give somebody all the credit for messing you up, for getting in the way, for influencing you wrong, for telling you the wrong thing to do, and for not being your stepping stone for getting what you want. See? It's kind of ridiculous. It's not kind of ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's foolish. It's foolishness. But we engage in this foolishness. And we even co-sign other people that engage in that kind of foolishness. And we wind up banging our head against the walls. Boom. You know, it's the wrestling joint. Boom. And we can do better. We can easily do better. You know. But people don't do better until they either get scared into doing things. And the thing about fear is that as far as making you into a success, it doesn't last all that long, because as soon as a person realizes that what they have been afraid of isn't anything to really be afraid of, then they go back to doing what they were supposed to do. Like somebody who gets a health scare. You ever know somebody that gets a health scare? And right after they get that health scare, that diagnosis that they may have gotten something, contracted something, whatever, then they get on their P's and Q's and start doing the right thing. They wanna get right, they wanna diet, they wanna exercise, they wanna eat right, they wanna make sure that they get back together. Once they start getting themselves back together, and once the threat is over, once they're not on the hot seat anymore, what do they go back to doing? Same old things that they was doing: drinking, smoking, partying, acting a fool, living recklessly. And that's the way it works. But it's not like that's a cycle that can't be broken. We could easily break it. But you have to want to break it, and you have to believe that you can break it, and you have to be willing to put in the work. And that's not something that a lot of us want to do. Not the shit talkers. So, you bring things on yourself. You may have people there to help you all the time, but then again, those people may dissipate, disappear, dismiss you, and just get on up out of there. Get away from your brand of bullshit and negativity. So that's something we have to deal with. But you get to know yourself better, and you start to learn to listen to the voice of wisdom, then you'll start to attract more people that are more positive, and probably learn how to maintain relationships instead of constantly having to switch and go back and blah, blah, blah. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, when it all comes down to the things that you bring on yourself, you can break the cycle of bringing things on yourself. But you're going to have to work on yourself. You're going to have to do some things with yourself, to yourself. And you're going to have to accept that some of the things that you've been doing haven't been the best things to do. But it is possible, and it is necessary, and it's a step-by-step process. And if you get on it, you'll be alright. Speaking of alright, tonight we talking about at least you didn't have kids with them. That's what we're talking about on the Urban Therapy with Sun show tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At least you didn't have kids with them. We hear that sometimes after a bad breakup, after a separation or whatever. If you didn't actually have children together, that's like a consolation that some people give to those who have gone through a bad breakup or whatever. So they say, well, at least y'all didn't have no kids together. In other words, that means that y'all don't have any reason not to go your separate ways. Y'all don't have to keep coming back towards each other, dealing with each other, and engaging in that unhealthy behavior that probably broke you up in the first place. But sometimes people do have children together, and sometimes people wish that they had children with each other. What do you do about that? What you don't do about that? Well, we have to roll with the punches, and we have to do what we have to do. But one thing is for sure. Either you want to be with somebody or you don't want to be with them. Either it's a good idea to be with somebody or it's a bad idea to be with somebody. It takes longer to break up than it does to get together. Breakups can take a minute, especially when the good feelings are involved. People don't want to start all over. People still in love. People still care about each other. Well, that's how it's going down on the Urban Therapy with Sun show tonight. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all tune in. Call-in number is 319-527-6199. Once again, the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. Or log in and chat at blogtalkradio.com/sun756. 5-2. Peace. Tonight, y'all. Tonight. February 15th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alright? 5:30 on the West Coast. 7:30 on Central. 6:30 in Mountain Time. I don't know who lives in Mountain Time, but that's how it is. I'll holler at y'all later. Hopefully later soon.